My name is Hamid Ghany. I'm Director of SALISES at St. Augustine, and it is my pleasure to welcome all of you to this orientation session today. Also want to make a special welcome to our returning students who are returning for semester 2 in this program. I want to say good afternoon to my colleagues, University Director, Professor Aldrie Henry Lee, Director at the Cave Hill campus, Dr. Don Marshall, SALISES academic colleagues at Mona, Cave Hill, and St. Augustine. Welcome to all of you, as well as the colleagues who are senior administrative and professional staff, as well as ATS staff at SALISES across the region. Welcome to all of you to this orientation session for semester 2. Our program has me giving a welcome and some opening remarks. And as my opening remarks, I just want to say that we are going into the second semester of the fully online MSc Development Studies program, which had been conceived of more than 2 years ago, and preparations had been made by way of training for this program more than a year ago, leading up to about 6 months ago, 6 or 7 months ago, so that we are now all fully on board as SALISES with this online MSc Development Studies program. There are some courses in the MSc Development Statistics program at St. Augustine that overlap with the MSc Development Studies program at Mona, and there has been an active harmonization process between the two programs in respect of these shared and overlapping courses. As we move forward now into semester 2, I would like now to invite all of the students who are on board, as well as the staff, to introduce themselves and their designation and what they do. Particularly our students, we want to hear from you. And we would like that when you are introducing yourselves, if you could perhaps put on your video so that we can see you when you introduce yourselves. So I'll start with me. I am Hamid Ghany. I'm the director of the Sir Arthur Lewis Institute of Social and Economic Studies, SALISES at St. Augustine campus in Trinidad and Tobago. And it is my pleasure to be here this afternoon. I'll hand over to Professor Aldrie Henry Lee, who is the University Director, so that she can introduce herself. And then we can just go along from there. Colleagues, just chip in and introduce yourselves until we are completed.
Thank you very much, Professor Ghany, and good afternoon, colleagues, and special welcome to new and returning students. We especially want to welcome the new ones, those who are returning. We say we are happy that you stayed with us, and we look forward to all of you having a very successful semester. My special welcome extended to you on behalf of my staff at Mona. So I'm the director at Mona, and I'm also the lecturer for social investment in children. I suspect I will see some of you on Friday, the 29th of January. Over to you, Professor Ghany.
Thank you, Professor Henry Lee. So I'm going to follow a list here that I have running. Some have just numbers, so I don't know the numbers. So I'll continue with staff. Dr. Bipaya Pare, can you introduce yourself?
Hi, sure, Dr. Ghany. Hi, good afternoon, everyone. So my name is Bipaya Pare. I am a postdoctoral fellow at SALISES St. Augustine. I am the lecturer for SALI 6031 this semester. I want to say a warm welcome to all the students and good luck with the semester. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Parry. Dr. Corinne Bailey.
Hi, everyone. Corin Bailey here. I'm a fellow at SALISES Caeville. I teach a course in deviance and conflict management, as well as qualitative research methods. So welcome, everyone, and good luck from me as well.
Thank you, Corin. Dr. Dacia Leslie.
Thanks, Professor Ghany, and good afternoon, colleagues. Welcome, new and returning students. I teach the core course, SALI 6023, Monitoring and Evaluation. And so I look forward to interacting with each of you. All the best. And I hope your time here will be an indelible one. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dacia. I'd like to invite Ms. Donette Henry to introduce herself. Ms. Henry.
Sure. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Donette Henry. Best wishes for the new year. I am part-time student, second year with the MSc Development Studies.
Thank you, Ms. Henry. Let me invite Elton Bollers.
One second. Could I go after the other person? I'm trying to organize my camera here.
Oh, okay. All right, sure. But then I'll invite Dr. Jonathan Lashley at Caeville. Jonathan.
Hi, good evening, colleagues. My name is Jonathan Lashley. I'm a senior fellow at SALISES Caeville. I am the coordinator for SALI 6060, the research paper, which is completed in the summer semester. All the best for this semester.
Thank you very much, Jonathan. Mr. Bollers, are you okay now? You want to go ahead?
Yes. Good afternoon, colleagues and students. I am Elton Bollers. I'm an economist attached to the Inter-American Development Bank and will be the lecturer for the course Development Cooperation and Aid Development. I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you. Jonil Morgan. Jonil Morgan. Okay. I don't know if Jonil Morgan is having any technical issues. So let me go to Karen Obermuller.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Karen Obermuller. I'm from Guyana. I am a manager at a microfinance institution, and I'm majoring, well, my concentration is in economic development policy, and I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Obermuller. Jonil Morgan, are you able to link with us now? Right. Let me go to Julian Thompson. Okay, Julian Thompson is saying that he's on the road. All right, so let me take Keenan Falconer.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Keenan Faulkner from Jamaica. and I'm a returning full-time student pursuing the MSc in Development Studies, specializing in economic development policy.
Thank you very much. Kevin Williams.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kevin Williams. I'm a senior fellow at SALISES Mona. I'm the lecturer for SALI 6020. I look forward to seeing you and all the best. Thanks.
Thank you, Kevin. Latoya Lazarus.
Hi, everyone. I'm Latoya Lazarus. I'm a fellow at SALISES Caveville. I'm lecturing regulating sexual citizenship, Gen 6605, the summer elective. Welcome to the new students especially, and I hope you have a great experience in the program. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Latoya. I have a designation here, just M. So could M identify themselves and introduce themselves? The person with the designation M. All right, I'll go on now to Michelle Pollock.
Pleasant good afternoon, everyone. I am Michelle Pollock. I am from St. Kitts and Nevis, and this would be my second semester. I'm a part-time student, and this would be my second semester.
Okay, thank you. Morgan Phillips.
Hi, my name is Morgan. I'm a second semester student in the social development track.
Thank you. Natalie Dietrich-Jones.
Afternoon, I'm Natalie Dietrich-Jones, Research Fellow at Mona and lecturer for Small States Development Challenges and Opportunities. I think we have a couple of new students, so welcome to the new ones and welcome back to the returning students.
Thank you, Natalie. Dr. Priya Mohan.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Priya Mohan, fellow at SALISES St. Augustine. Welcome, welcome back. I teach the elective quantitative methods in economic decision making. Good luck and keep safe.
Thank you, Priya. Rushana Mighty.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Roshana Mighty. I'm the Administrative Secretary for the MSc program. Welcome all new and returning students. Best wishes for your continuation in the program and for your successful completion.
Thank you, Rushana. SALISES PN is Dr. Patricia Northover. Pat?
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome, new returning students. I'm a senior fellow and the coordinator for the Economic Development Program. I'm also one of the first persons that you would have met if you're a new student in the first semester involved in the Contemporary Society and Development course, as well as research methods. Very happy to have had the opportunity to interact with you all and wishing you all the best for a successful completion of your program.
Thank you, Pat. Ms. Samara Reynolds. Samara.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Samara Reynolds, and I am the Administrative Officer Acting. Welcome to all new students, and I wish you a successful semester.
Thank you, Samara. Sherry Thomas.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Sherry Thomas, part-time, major economic policy, and going into my second semester. Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome. Shanaweth Holmes.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I am Shanaweth Holmes. I am a final year MSc Development Studies student. I have 2 semesters to go, and no one's going to take that away from me. Have a good Friday, everyone.
Thank you very much. Stephen Richards. Stephen Richards.
My connection is very poor, but I guess you're at the introduction level because I just came in.
Yes.
I'm Stephen Richards. Oh, okay. I'm Stephen Richards, and I'm going into my second semester, and I hope it will be great.
Thank you very much. And all the best to you. Teshian Tucker Scott. Teshian Tucker Scott.
Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Tisha Tucker Scott. I'm a part-time and this is my first semester.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Tiffany Robinson.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I'm a second semester student and I'm also a part-time student.
Okay, thank you. Yanor Johnson Cook.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Yenor Johnson Cook. I'm one of the online tutors committed to holding your hands throughout this process. Good luck and all the best.
Thank you. Yolanda Taylor.
Everyone. My name is Yolanda Taylor. I'm from Turks and Caicos, and I'm ready to start my second. Good luck to you.
Thank you. Jamie Ann Shivans.
Hi, good afternoon. Jamie and Shavans, part-time second semester student.
Thank you. Hezekiah Hall.
Hello, everyone. I'm Hezekiah Hall. I'm part-time student finalizing. Thank you.
Thank you. And I have one here that has a number 19296244331. Can you identify and introduce yourself? All right. Julian Thompson, can you come forward now?
Good afternoon. My name is Julian Thompson. I am from Jamaica. This is my second semester, and my concentration is general. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Jonil Morgan, are you able to come on now? Okay, try again with M. Person who has the designation M. M, can you identify yourself and introduce yourself? Is there anyone who was logged on since we started and did not introduce themselves? Lauren Creary.
Yes, it's on. Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, who is this?
All right, this is Veraldo Barnett.
Veraldo Barnett. Hi, Veraldo.
Yes, man, good day. I've since logged on. Veraldo Barnett, second semester development studies, SALISES. I think that's the pattern I saw being done, and I just want to say that so far I've been enjoying the program despite its challenges. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Noma Bembridge. Noma Bembridge.
Hi, Norma Bembridge, Belize, second semester SALISES research development student.
Thank you. Go back to Lauren Creary. Lauren, can you identify and introduce yourself? Is there anyone who logged on who has not introduced themselves as yet?
I think I should go now.
Yes.
I'm Richard Leach, manager of the Derek Garden Databank at SALISES Mona. I'm also responsible for all IT related matters for the Institute. So welcome one and all.
Thank you, Richard.
Or just talk.
Hi, good afternoon.
Yes, Lauren.
Hi, my name is Lauren Creary. I'm a part-time student and I am doing the general option for this degree, the development studies master's.
Thank you. I think that I just have the person who is listed as M. M, can you identify yourself and introduce yourself? All right, well, I think that is gonna take care of
one more person.
One more, yes, please, go ahead.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Onika Young. I'm a part-time finalizing student, and I'm looking forward to an excellent semester. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Onika. Okay, colleagues, that brings us to the end of the introductions, and unless anyone else comes on who has...
Alberta Daniel.
Yes, Alberta.
I'm a first-year student. This is my second semester. I'm from St. Lucia, and my concentration is general.
Okay, thank you very much. And one more call around the list. Anyone who has not introduced themselves as yet? Okay, well, I'll move on the program now that we've done the introductions. And I'm going to invite Mr. Richard Leach, the Databank Manager, to talk about research data sets. Richard?
Yes, thanks, Prof. Ghany. All right, so I'm going to touch a bit on research data set as it pertains to the Derrick Garden Data Bank. I know given the situation that we are facing with COVID and all, it's kind of hard when you come on to your research to actually administer to get primary data. So this is an option that students can explore for the research paper. All right. So I just want to tell you the mission basically of the Derrick Garden Data Bank is to source, acquire, document, archive, and make available microdata sets from the Caribbean region to facilitate socioeconomic analysis, and also to provide and manage ICT for the Institute with specific emphasis on data management, teaching, and research. I'm just going to jump straight into some of the data sets that are in our repository. Most of the data sets we have in our repositories for Jamaica. It's very hard to get data. We have to really fight tooth and nail to get the data from the sources. But we have been doing a good job thus far. So some of the major data set that we have for Jamaica, the popular one is the Survey of Living Conditions. I've highlighted that because I'm going to delve a little bit into that data set. It's a popular one that a lot of persons use to do their analysis. We also have the census, the labor force surveys, adult literacy. We have a couple surveys on health, couple surveys on youth. All of these data sets for Jamaica, they're listed on this Databank website. We're presently doing our online documentation where you'll be able to click on it, get a lot of information and data set, download the questionnaires and so on. So we're working on that. I just want to highlight also some of the data set for the other Caribbean territories. Barbados labor force, we have a few census, health surveys from Trinidad and so on.
Richard, I'm not hearing you. Keep going in and out. I don't know if it's I don't know if it is my computer. Maybe it's only me, but
I'm hearing he's coming and going as well.
Okay, thanks.
Oh, I'm not sure if it's the internet connection at home.
Okay.
Let me try and speak into the computer more. Turn up my volume also. Just give me 1 sec here. All right, it's at the maximum here. All right, I hope this will be much better. Can you hear me any much? I try to speak a little louder.
Yeah, that's better.
I'm hearing you.
Much better.
All right, and I turned up. Okay, all right. So as I was mentioning that for the other Caribbean territories, we have a few data sets. We have most of the Caribbean poverty assessment studies. This survey is done by CDB. And we also have from UNICEF, the multiple indicator cluster surveys, and a few more. And as I said, if you want to see the extensive list, you can visit our website. All right, so I just mentioned some of our main sources in terms of where we get our data set from. Statin is a major contributor, Statistical Institute of Jamaica, to our repository. We get support from PIOJ, Ministry of Health, National Family Planning Board, and so on. And this is the list there, UNICEF, Caribbean Development Bank, and so on. I will try to build relationship with other data sources. All right, so I want to touch a bit on the Survey of Living Condition. It's one of the most utilized data set in our repository. The SLC is an annual survey that measures standards of living. The years available, it started in 1988, and the latest available data set is up to 2017. No survey was done in 2011. That was a census year, so they didn't administer the SLC that year. And it's keen to note, up to 2017, the SLC is a subset of the April labor force survey. So it's a subset of that big labor force survey. After 2017, 2018, going onwards, they de-linked the SLC from the labor force. So it stands on its own. But that data set is not available yet. Only when the report is published by Statin and PIOJ, then the data set becomes available. So the latest one we have in our repository is the 2017. Just to highlight some of the core modules. So any one of those headings that would fit your research, you could explore the SLC. So they cover health. There's a health section, there's an education section, anthropometrics measurements, and so on, receipt of social assistance, daily expenditure, all expenditure, non-food, non-consumption, and so on. The list goes on. And the household roster with most of the demographic data for all the household members. So this is a data set that is worth exploring. Certain years, they'll do what you call a special module. This is also on our website where we list the years and the special module. Not every year the special module is done, but you can explore, say if you're interested in early childhood development, 2012, that year was a special module. And you can also view the questionnaire just in case you want to administer your own research to get some ideas of some of the questions that they ask and so on. So that's the SLC in a nutshell. Now the criteria for accessing the data set in our repository, you would have to fill out a data application form. Again, this is on our website. And recently we did an online version of the application form that you could submit the application online, but the paper base is also there if you're interested to use the paper base. An abstract is required for the research to be undertaken. So you should submit an abstract with the application form. Data set obtained from the data bank must only be used for academic research or teaching. Nothing for financial gain. That you probably have to go to the source, but it's for academic research and teaching. That's what the data bank provides the data set for. And it's free, we don't charge. The data set must not be shared with any third parties. So unless all the persons that will be working with the data set, it should be declared on the application form and they should sign to the form, the application form. And you're not supposed to share the data. And we recommend that you submit to the data bank any published work or report produced as a result of using the data set. From time to time, we will send back to the source some of these reports to let them know what the data set is being used for. When you request a data set, the default format that you get the data set in is SPSS. And you know that persons can also use PSPP. It's a clone to SPSS, which is an open source. You can just search for it and download. It's basically the same. It mimics the SPSS package. So if you don't have the funds to buy the SPSS, you can always explore the PSPP. The data is also available in Stata. If you want it in Stata, we can convert it, or SAS. I normally recommend that person provide a list of the variables or question that is pertinent to the research when they're requesting the data. Don't go ahead and just request everything, especially at the SLC. It's a huge data set with different sections and persons will realize we get confused. So I recommend that you request the variables that you would use for your research and keep it there. We email the data set. If it's too large, we arrange to share it via Dropbox or a Google Share Drive, especially for the census. Sometimes it's very large. And just for more information on SALISES and the data bank, you can visit any one of our websites listed here, or you can follow us on social media at SALISES Mona. That's it in a nutshell. We'll keep up any more time. Any questions can come. All right, over to you.
Thank you, Richard. Any questions? Anyone have any questions?
I think we're getting a feedback from you, Dr. Ghany. I think you have two devices up. You probably need to mute one.
Yeah. Right. Any questions? Okay, I'm not sensing that there's a groundswell of questions. Richard, Pat is asking if you can do a small brochure for general dissemination.
Okay, we'll do. We actually did a video that will be made available next week for Sir Arthur Lewis Day that incorporates most of what I just said in terms of access and so on and what is available. So that will be on our website and also on our social media pages.
Okay, thank you. All right. Any questions? Any other questions for Richard on the data sets? All right, Richard, thank you very much for the presentation. And if anyone has any questions, they can contact you directly for further information. Let me move now to Professor Aldrie Henry Lee, University Director, to speak about roles and expectations. Professor Henry Lee.
Okay, good afternoon again. I'm going to share my screen. And just to remind you that the points Richard made are very important because that will help, they will help you to not get too anxious about your research rather than thinking of primary data and getting flustered about where will I get my primary data. We have lots of data sets, and I urge each of you to look at the data sets and see what they cover and see if you can choose one of them to do your research so that you don't have the hassle. This is important, especially since we are in COVID mode and a lot of face-to-face. We know we cannot do the face-to-face data collection. Dr. Lashley will speak to you more about it. He's responsible for the research paper, but I just want you to remember the data sets, take some time to study what they are covering, and you may find that you don't need to start from scratch. Anyway, so I'm here to tell you a little more about SALISES, and I know most of you are repeating. I want to begin by saying Happy New Year and to wish you good health, happiness, and peace of mind. We are all flustered about this COVID pandemic, and I'm hoping that we will be able to survive it and end up being quite happy and have peace of mind. So always stop and just breathe. I know sometimes when you get very flustered, you say, why did I join this program? Oh my goodness. As some of you know, many of us on the call now were MSc students ourselves. So we know what you're going through. We know that it's a difficult program, you know, it's very rigorous, but at the end of the day, you're going to be so proud of yourself that you have managed to survive. So, and as I said last time we met, I think we only have one new student online, but just to tell you that, Teshian, I think, is the one online that is new, who is new. I want to say that we can do it together. We are here to help you because your success is our success. So don't be afraid to come and tell us that, listen, I can't cope. Can you help me with this? I'm thinking through this project. Tell me what you think is best. Come and speak with us. We are there to help you, and we want you to succeed because your success is our success. Okay. What do we expect from what do we expect from our students? We expect all our students to register. We expect them to pay their fees. We know that there are some of you have financial difficulties, and we are going to ask you to seek a payment plan. You can the university has set up a system where I think you need to pay 25% and then you pay the next 10% and 3%, etc. So try to find out about it and register for a payment plan. Attend the classes that are online. Some of them are mostly asynchronous, but those that are synchronous, please make an effort to attend because it is in the exchange of ideas and the presentation of the lecturer and the feedback and the discussion that you are going to understand what is going on. And it is very important to engage, be active, ask a question in class. Don't have your mics on and you are not by the computer. Yes, I did a talk with my Kiwanis group about protocol for online engagement. And because we had noticed that some people have their mics and if you say hello, nobody answers because they're simply not there. They just register that they are there, but they are not near the computer. So be active participants, ask questions, give your own ideas. You are at the postgraduate level. And it's true that we have written before you and we have examined the phenomena before you, but it doesn't mean that what we are saying, everything we're saying is correct. We may have written some of the things I've written in the early 2000s. When I look back, I say, I could have done that much better. I'm not of that view anymore. So, engage us, critique what we say, I don't agree with you that children's rights are not being adhered in this particular scenario. And I think that we have to look at ABC. That's the kind of engagement we want from you. And that is how we want our postgraduate programs to be carried out. Critical engagement, critical thinking. We want you to be able to see the material, review the material, come to your own conclusion about the material and make your own suggestions about what we should do and how we should improve the situation of our people in the Caribbean. Seek out, meet your deadlines, engage the material, meet your deadlines. What happened last semester is that a lot of you asked for extensions and so everything got clustered together. And there was a lot of stress because if I have something for the 10th of May and you ask Dr. Bailey or Dr. Northover to give you an extension to the 9th of May, of course, we're going to get a cluster of deadlines coming up. So try to meet the deadlines. We are looking at the schedules. The coordinators of the concentrations are looking at the proposed deadlines for assignment right now. So we are going to see if there's too much clustering, and we are going to try and see if we can make it a little easier for you. But at the same time, asking for extensions makes it very bad for you because then the clustering will take place. So we ask you to seek out your lecturers, your tutors. We have two very good tutors who support you, Yanor and Justice. I don't know if Justice is now online. Then we have the admin staff. You yourselves have told us that from first semester that the admin staff is tremendous and they are wonderful and we want to commend everybody publicly, especially our admin staff for having done so well for the first semester. Remember, this is the first year of the program, so we want to hear from you. We had a staff-student liaison committee meeting where your reps gave us your commendations and the challenges that you have had. We are taking them very seriously. And the coordinators of each concentration are going to look at the notes from the minutes and see how we can improve for second semester. We underscore the importance, of course, of avoiding plagiarism. You have to do your own work, and we know what happens if you plagiarize. And we ask you again to express your concerns as soon as possible. Don't wait and let it fester. Come to us, talk to us. You have your tutors. If you don't want to come to the lecturers directly, you talk to the tutors, the tutors will talk to the lecturers. If you don't want to talk to the lecturers or the tutors, you have your coordinators, you have the directors. All three directors are willing and able to listen. And I know you sound off a lot with Roshana. You can continue to do that. And if you want something to be conveyed to us, she will do so on your behalf without naming anybody. But tell us as quickly as possible so that we can fix any problem that you may be experiencing. I just want to remind persons, a lot of persons shifted to part-time last semester. And I welcome the change because I know that mentally it was better for them. And I want to remind you of Regulation 1.46, which says that full-time students must not be full-time, fully employed. You cannot be employed full-time. You have to register part-time. And it's not that the university is being wicked. The university understands that the responsibility of studying and the responsibility you have of doing your duties at work, they are going to clash. And at the end of it, it's going to be a disaster for everybody, a disaster for you, a mental breakdown maybe for you. So it is better for you to try your best to go part-time, take longer in the program, but you are going to have your mental stability is very important to all of us. So please, if you know you're working full-time, please change your status to part-time as quickly as possible. And this is advice that each and every one of the lecturers online will give you because they want you to do well, okay? What we commit ourselves, because we're doing roles and with expectations, and you can tell us if there anything else that you noted from semester 1 that we didn't do that you want us to do. We want to provide excellent support. From what you have told us, we are facilitating a high quality intellectual discussion and engagement. I think that was stated by all your reps, and I thank you for that. And I thank the lecturers of semester 1 for having given you such wonderful material and engage you so much intellectually that commendation was there throughout and for everybody. We are committed to submitting grades on time, and you know, some of us are a little lagging behind, but we are trying to improve, and we want to improve to the point that you don't bring it up as a challenge that you are experiencing. Examiners meeting will be on Monday. For those of you who want to know what has happened to your grades, the university itself is going to have examiners meetings at our level next week. So on Monday, we are going to have ours. We cannot release the grades until we have examiners meetings. Once we have that meeting, then we'll be able to tell you if you pass or fail, but the regulation says that the exam grade should really come from exams and not us. But Roshana will be able to tell you, well, you pass everything, or you've done okay, but she's not in a position to tell you that you got 5 A's because they have to be approved by examiners sections. Okay, so wait for us, but we are going to try and get our grades to you as quickly as possible. We want you to commit ourselves that we are going to be accessible. I know we are not face-to-face, so everything is online, but we try our best to respond to you within maybe 3 days. I say 3 days, 48 hours, but if we can do it before that, we will. I know that some lecturers have WhatsApp groups, which has been very good because then there's a quicker response. I'm not asking all lecturers to do that, but I know that some lecturers did, and we want to listen to your concerns. We are going to try to improve what we can based on your recommendations. We may not be able to do everything because you would have known, like everybody else, that the University of the West Indies is experiencing severe financial difficulties. We have ourselves, if you were with us last year, you would have seen about 5 more members of staff. We have frozen posts at SALISES, and it's a very serious situation that the university is experiencing. So we listen to the recommendations. Where we can improve, we will. But we want you to tell us anyway, so that when we do, if it's something that is a financial obligation that we have to make, we'll put it down and note it so that we can do it when we are in a better situation. So that is where we are at. Your coordinators, you would have met them, but I just want you to remember that the economic development, you have Dr. Patricia Northover, and you can go to her and say, you know, I'm thinking of, and I'm having difficulties here, or I commend, as I tell students, it doesn't always have to be about challenges. You can come and commend us too. We like to hear commendations. You have Dr. Natalie Didrich-Jones, Governance and Public Policy, Dr. Latoya Lazarus, Social Development Policy, Professor Hamid Ghany for General Concentration, and I remain the overall coordinator for the MSc in Development Studies. Then we have the support staff who have been doing so well. We have Ms. Rashana Mighty, who is the MSc Administrative Coordinator. We have Samara Reynolds, who is MPhil Administrator, MPhil PhD Administrative Coordinator. And we have your tutors who you met, Yanor and Justice, who continue to do good work. So I just want to end by talking about self-care. Know when you're having too much stress, breathe, take it easy, seek help. There's nothing shameful about seeking help for you to be able to cope. We are all very much affected by the COVID-19, and sometimes we don't even realize how damaged we are psychologically by having to change our lifestyle so drastically. Remote working, remote teaching, remote learning. We don't see our friends. Socialization has taken on a different pattern. We can't 6 feet. I mean, if we see our friends, we can't hug them, etc. So just take care of yourself and make sure that you are number one in all your deliberations. How am I going? How do I feel today? Can I do something to make myself feel better? The assignment is getting to me. Take a walk, leave the assignment, go and sleep, come back to it. It's not going to go away. If you are totally out of it and you know that you cannot manage, then you speak to your lecturers. I think all of them have been very generous with extensions. We note that the university says you need to have a medical if you are late, but a lot of times I know that the lecturers allow you to, if you're 1 day late or a few hours late, then we allow it. So take care of yourself and know what triggers your low moments, okay? And I say again that we will succeed, and I thank you very much. Do you have any questions? Do you have any questions? Hello? I'm not hearing. Any hands up, any questions?
No questions.
Professor Ghany?
I'm not seeing any hands up, and there seem to be no questions. So I presume that your presentation was highly effective.
Thanks. I hope I have not overwhelmed them and frightened them.
Well, yes.
Yolanda?
I'm sorry. No, I said it was all very clear. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right. So, okay. Over to you, Professor Ghany. I don't know if the lecturers have anything they want to say that I have missed out and they would want to note.
I'll invite the lecturers who are going to be teaching this semester. Do they have anything that they want to say to the class specifically? So I'm throwing it open to the lecturers who are teaching this semester.
Hello? Sorry, I was having some technical difficulties. Can you hear me?
Yes, we're hearing you. Go ahead, Pat.
Yes, I just wanted to congratulate all the students who have finished their first semester. I know it was a hard semester for all of us and that it was new and that the challenges in terms of the workload were significant, and we tried to modify and adapt as we moved along. So you have been our experimental cohort, so we apologize for the challenges and some of the technical difficulties that you may have had throughout the semester, but personally, it was a very rewarding experience for me. And I think that this incoming cohort to have tested the online MSc development program is of an exceptional character, very high standards of work, very high expectations of themselves, and perhaps a little bit high level of pressure, that mental pressure that you put on yourself because you have high standards. Of course, we demand a lot from you. It's coming here to the University of the West Indies is no different from going to any top university overseas. We have an excellent caliber of teachers, lecturers, and we introduce you to the material at the level at which the contemporary debates and discussions have been ongoing. So I don't think that you will feel that you are shortchanged by coming to SALISES. In fact, I think I hope that you will feel that you have a distinct advantage in coming to the global South to look at the global North from a new perspective. And that even though the semester was hard and the year was very, very, very extraordinarily difficult, I mean, United States is hemorrhaging and bleeding for the world to see. Over 300,000 deaths. I mean, that is just phenomenal, unbelievable in just one country. So it's been a very, very, very hard year. And I know some of you have had issues in terms of COVID within your family, personal challenges, technical challenges. So all around, a very, very hard year. So the fact that you're all here and willing to continue shows the depth of your strength. Nobody's perfect and nobody can go through life without stumbling. So we need each other. And I think one of the things that I admired, apart from your excellence, was the support mechanisms that you built for each other. And that was what I think allowed you to survive this very special entry into the MSc program. Personally, one last point is that I want to apologize for the delays in the submission of the grades. It's one of the quality standards of the Institute, and students who know me and have been in the program before with me would know that I am very punctual with the delivery of my grades, but the new format and the design and the expectations in the program certainly threw me off completely. And so there, especially as Professor Lee mentioned, there were a bunching up of assignments. And one egregious example would have been assignment 2 for the Contemporary Society and Development, for which you should have gotten your grades, I think, in November, and you got them somewhere in December. So I do seriously apologize, and I know that you may have some hurt feelings because you wanted timely feedback, but you would have to admit that I have been trying my best to communicate with you every week, sometime daily. And there's no student who has communicated with me on an academic or a personal matter that I have not responded to. So bearing in mind that we had over the 2 courses that I was involved in, over 80 students to deal with, it was a sharp acceleration in my workload, or increase rather in my workload. And so that objectively was reflected in the fact that the grades got delayed. But we had wonderful interactions in the discussion forums, both synchronous and asynchronous. And I know some of you also had issues in terms of content heaviness. So your feedback in the online course survey, which I had put up for our courses, the beginning, the middle, and the end. I really appreciate those of you who have taken the time to put that feedback, because it will certainly help us to modify and to adjust the programs. So for those lecturers who are coming into the online program, some of you are not fresh because you had to pivot in the COVID second semester, such as Dacia and Natalie, Dr. Dacia Leslie and Dr. Natalie Dietrich Jones. You'll have them again this semester, but they're exceptional teachers, excellent administrators. I don't think that they will perhaps have some of the challenges that I had in keeping the timeliness of the feedback on the grades. But I just wanted to advise our lecturers and our students that we will do our best to adjust the workload this semester and communicate with each other as lecturers in our program to try and reduce some of the strain and the stress that you've had and you're experienced in the program to date. So, so congratulations, apologies, and we are going to learn as we do. Learning by doing, introduced by Arrow, 1950s model. But so growth model. So you do have a reflective and reflexive academic community, academic faculty, as well as strong administrative support. So we do wish you all the very best, and we'll do our very best to support you to complete your studies successfully. And for all of you, do not have fear in your hearts, do not dread, even though that is something that is hard to control. Even if the feelings do come, I want to encourage you to slow down, to breathe, and to believe. You can do it, you will do it. And with the grace of God and His mercy, you will achieve your goals. So you have nothing to be afraid of. Whatever will happen, but it is your attitude and your commitment that will determine how you end the race. So you have my 100% support as your faculty advisor if you are one of my students, and as your economic development program coordinator, and any miscellaneous issues that may have, that you may wish to bring to my attention. Of course, I will be doing my best to support you. And if you want to send me a chat or a message, if you miss our interactions from the first semester, please do, and I will respond to keep our collegiality going, right? The revolution that I hope you all feel inspired to change the world now after doing our first semester courses. So that's me. I tend to talk a lot, but I wanted to say that, and thank you for giving me the floor to do that, Professor Hamid, as chair.
Thank you very much, Dr. Northover, for your very warm words of welcome and encouragement to the students. I'm going to just ask one more time around if anyone has any questions that they want to ask with regard to all that we've discussed this afternoon.
Professor Ghany?
Yes.
I don't know if Ms. Mighty has any administrative things she would want to highlight to them, because I know she works with them a lot.
Roshana, you have anything you want to advise the students on administratively?
Sure, Dr. Ghany, thank you. Just to reiterate what Prof. Henry had said about studying full-time and working full-time, it's ill-advised, and if you know you're doing it and you're not managing, please reach out so we can have your status changed. Also, be mindful of the requests for extensions for assignments, and most of you reach out to me on the side. Please remember that you have your advisors, and as Dr. Northover just said it, they're all here to support you, pretty much to hold your hand, as Yanor said, and to guide you through the process. So don't hesitate to reach out to them should you need any form of support. And just wishing you all the best. When you have any issues, I'm here. Reach out early. Any issues with times for submission, like I know some of you reach out to me and we get extensions, but please do it quickly. If you're realizing you're having a challenge, please reach out quickly so we're able to assist.
Thank you very much, Roshana, for the words of advice to the students. There were some students who came in after we had started. So maybe what I might do is invite anyone who did not get the chance to introduce themselves. I'm giving you that opportunity now. Anyone who came in after we started and did not introduce themselves, can you step forward and just identify and introduce yourselves? Well, I guess we don't have any seeing some messages there. Very nice exchanges. Right, well, I'm not seeing that we have any other questions coming forward or any other introductions to be made.
Hello?
Yes, hello? Yes,
this is
Tiffany.
Right. I'm having an issue registering for SALI. I think it's 6031. That's the techniques for applied social statistics. I realized that when I tried registering, I'm receiving a registration error regarding program restriction. I sent in a request for an override about a week ago, but I haven't gotten a response. Asking the lecturer if they could advise on that, please.
Yes, that the lecturer is Dr. Bipaya Pare. I'm not sure if she's still on, because she sent me a private note to say that she had to leave just a few minutes ago because she has a research interview that had been scheduled and that she had to go and take that. But I am aware that there was a problem earlier in the week with her being able to get into the course shell and set it up, and it was resolved yesterday. So speaking from my knowledge of the assistance I organized for her, I don't know if there's a connection between the difficulty she was having getting into the course shell to set things up and the difficulties that you were having last week.
I checked today at 1 p.m. in the afternoon, Jamaica time, and it was still showing that I'm not registered for the course.
Okay, well then there might be something else going on. Maybe Richard.
No, Prof. Ghany, that's me.
Oh yes, Roshana. Sorry. Yes.
Yes. So sorry, Tiffany. We're going to check the system periodically for students who have requested an override. That was set in place because SALISES courses get a lot of attention from external departments. And as such, we have closed our courses to where students have to request permission to join. So we're able to admit the SALISES students first. And if space remains, we'll admit other students as well. So once you've requested the override, same will be granted. I'll look for yours and we'll do it over the weekend. But everyone, please note that the courses will be closed. It's a way of us monitoring the number of students who are admitted into the courses.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Thank you for that, Roshana. That I think answers the student's query. I'm seeing Janine Bernard is sending a note here. Is there a representative here from the bursary that I could message after the meeting? Just need some clarity on my finances from last semester. Roshana, you know if any bursary representative is available, or you can provide some information privately to Ms. Bernard?
Sure, I'll share the WhatsApp number on hand for them, but you may not get a response until Monday.
Okay, all right, but at least they'll have a number. Okay, thank you.
Hello.
Yes.
I think Stephen Richards here. I'm having the same challenge as Tiffany, as well, in terms of registering for that course.
What's the name? I'm seeing ZTE Blade A7S. So
sorry, Stephen Richards. Sorry, Stephen Richards.
Stephen Richards. Okay, yes, Stephen. Sure.
Yeah, I'm just saying that I'm having the same challenge as Tiffany as well in terms of registering for that course.
Okay.
But I'll reach out to Roshana and hopefully to be sorted out.
Okay. Karen Jones, I see your hand up.
Hello, good afternoon. Yes, this is Karen. I actually just got a chance to join the meeting. So I heard on the tail end where Rishana was speaking. So I'm just gonna quickly address this to Rishana. I know that we've been in Dell. I'm one of the students who have not been able to get the override. So I was just reconfirming if she had said over the weekend she would have enacted access to those courses, because I know I've been in dialogue with her. So I just wanted to get that answer, please.
Sure, Karen, yes. Over this weekend, you'll see it on there by tomorrow.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Okay. I saw in the chat that Julian Thompson was saying me too. Any other questions or queries?
Prof. Ghany, not related to the program, but just to inform everyone that we have Sir Arthur Lewis Week coming up, and we are going to be highlighting the different units at SALISES Mona, and also SALISES St. Augustine will be having activities. So I'm urging you to follow us on the different social media platforms. Like us on Facebook, on Twitter. I'm not very good with handles, but I don't know if anybody can remind me what the handle is for the Twitter account. But please follow us, and you will be able to find very interesting. You'll learn a lot about the Institute and what we do. And also we have research clusters that we have at the different campuses. And I want you to go on the SALISES regional website and see there's any research cluster that you would like to be a part of. We have a lot of conferences and public engagements. And one of the things that bothers me is that students are not present when we are presenting. We have the academic staff, but we don't have students. And you learn a lot from those engagement. You'll be able to write your essay better because you're going to hear from people outside of SALISES who are discussing the same issues. So please, Yanor has put it in the chat, and Richard. So please, I am asking you to go on, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook. When we have conferences, please join and listen and take part and be a true member of SALISES, the SALISES team, as I call it. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Professor Henry D. And let me say that SALISES at St. Augustine is having Sir Arthur Lewis, its annual Sir Arthur Lewis Memorial Symposium on Monday, the 25th of January between 1:30 and 4:30 p.m. Trinidad time. A save the date notice is going to come out later this evening. And my colleagues at Mona can send to the students so that they can register for the webinar. And I'll send it to all the other SALISES colleagues as well. So we're having that on the 25th of January between 1:30 and 4:30 p.m. Trinidad time, which will be 12:30 and 3:30 p.m. Jamaica time. Janine Bernard, yes, you've asked me a question there. Send me an email. If you send me an email with your request, I can respond to you directly as regards the arrangements for accessing the SALISES reading room at St. Augustine in the context of our revised staff arrangements for the COVID-19 pandemic. But yes, send me an email and I'll respond to you. Any other questions, queries, statements? Not seeing any hands up. All right, colleagues. Well, I think we've had a very productive session. So I'd like now to invite Dr. Don Marshall, the Director of SALISES at Cave Hill, to give the closing remarks as listed on the program. Dr. Marshall. Is Dr. Marshall on the call? Let's see. I'm not seeing him. Professor Henry Lee, do you want to give the closing remarks?
Okay, I was waiting to see if I was looking for his name, but I haven't seen it. Okay, so I just want to thank everyone, Professor Ghany, for ably taking us through the program, and all of you for joining us, the lecturers and the students. I want to especially welcome, I think we only had one new student online, but we especially, I hope you felt part of the family and part of the team, and that you are not overwhelmed, and you know that the support, what I wanted to take out of this engagement we had today is that we are here to support you. We want to see you succeed, and Dr. Northover, I think, summed it up for all of us. The other lecturers didn't speak about from the first semester, but I think she was speaking very ably for all the semester one lecturers. So we want you to succeed. We are here to support you. We want you to engage with us. Apart from your program, as I said, there's a lot of things happening at SALISES. There's always, check the Twitter, there's always something at St. Augustine, at Cave Hill. And what we want you to do is to be part of whatever is going on. And you benefit so much when you are able to engage with Cave Hill, what's happening at SALISES Cave Hill, what's happening at SALISES St. Augustine and SALISES Mona. So very, very happy to have you. Thank you for choosing our program, and we wish you all the very best. And of course, stay safe. COVID-19 is not going away, and it seems to be on the increase in most of our countries. So stay safe, wear your mask, sanitize, wash your hands, and please, please stay healthy. Thank you very much, Professor Ghany.
Thank you very much, Professor Henry Lee, for your closing remarks and your good wishes to all the students. So let me end by saying that I want to thank everyone who came here this afternoon and logged on to participate in this event. If you have any further questions or queries, Ms. Rushana Maiti is the administrator who can assist you, and you can send her an email and she will address your concerns. I want to wish everyone a very productive semester. All the very best to you, and do have a good weekend. And the teaching gets underway from the week of Monday, the 25th of January. Pleasant weekend to all. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone. Good night. Good
Bye.
evening.
Thank you, directors.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good weekend, everyone.
Sure, you too.